muscle version of Mystique, comes up, and she takes Carol's brother hostage. Now, sorry about that. So, Carol and her mom team up against this Kree cleaner, Miss Olympia version of Mystique. And there's one scene where I was saying that the brother's taken hostage. So the brother's taken hostage. And the scenes in the book are actually quite odd in this one, because there's like several orbs circling the Kree cleaner character. And they're obviously meant to be sort of like, sensor bars in a sense, because the Kree cleaner character is naked. But they make it so obvious. The art, the way the orbs are placed, make it so obvious what both the brother who's being taken hostage and these orbs circling are supposed to hide. It's one of those things where the censoring is done so poorly that it probably would have been better had they never done it at all. Now, I know that, of course, in comics, especially mainstream comics, they can't have naked characters running around. I get that, but if you're going to do the whole censor thing, don't make it so obvious that you're censoring. Okay, I've read plenty of comics from the 80s, plenty of X-Men comics from the 80s, where they were always doing this, censorship stuff with Storm, but very rarely did it ever look forced or out of place. Here in this comic, every time the cleaner is shown censored, it looks terribly, terribly out of place. So, Carol and her mother tag team the cleaner character. And there's one point where the cleaner character, gets the jump on Carol. And she's, choking her, got her pinned down to the ground, choking her. And all I can think is, Carol, this is the time to get really pissed off and, turn into binary. This is the time to access your powers, right? She's trying to murder you, right? In older comics, it was established, and even in more current ones, it's been established that Carol has a fierce temper and that her powers flare in response to her temper. This is the same woman who damn near killed, what is it, the Doomsday guy? Something like that. He was trying to, kill her. This wasn't the Brian Reed run. He was trying to kill her, and she got so pissed off at him that she, ripped the top of his robot off, and she picked him up, and she's like, you were trying to kill me? I know how to kill him! And then, she stops herself from actually murdering him, but, she got murderously angry. This is a woman who can and will kill. She's taken lives. Yet, again, all she's doing is just struggling on the floor, doing the choking noises, but she's not getting angry. She's not powering up. I'm like, of all the times for you to have a bad temper and to get angry, this is it. This cleaner character is here to murder you, to murder your mother. Get mad. Save the day. Never happens. Long story short, Carol's mother gets killed. Carol's mother is murdered. And Carol can't stop it. Not only is Carol unable to save her mother, right? There's this panel where we see that Carol's mother's been stabbed, and Carol, quite stupidly, because what happens is that the cleaner character magically summons a suit of armor that looks vaguely similar to a knight's, and then she creates a spear, chucks it at Carol, and of course Carol's mom. Right, because you can't have the actual hero of the book be the hero of the story. Carol's mom, jumps in and takes the blow for her daughter. So Carol, again, the woman who was once, a major in the Air Force, just yanks this giant spear out of her mother's chest. I'm like, that is not how you treat dangerous wounds. You don't take the damn thing out. That's the last thing you do. I'm like, just how dumb is she? That is so annoying. Breathe. This is why I get so dang mad reading comics today. It doesn't make sense. Why would she do this? You're telling me that she has no idea how to treat serious wounds, how to treat being impaled? Come on, the military does teach you some form of first aid. And even if she didn't learn it there, all the years she's been an Avenger, been basically a superpower costumed first responder, you're going to tell me that she has never in her life had to deal with someone who has been impaled? And would not know that you don't move an impaled person? You don't pull the damn thing out? So anywho, and I'm sorry this is going on so long. I'm just so pissed off at this. It's such a bad story. So Carol yanks the spear out of her mother, and her mother dies in her arms. And there's some weird, I guess, thoughts or thought boxes that make no sense. Talking about how this is love and these were the arms I wanted to feel around me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Your mother just died in your arms. This is not the time to wax poetic. Margaret Stoll, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand what in the world this is supposed to be. So anyhow, and plus, more importantly, isn't this the type of thing that Gail Simone gets pissed off about? Isn't this what she calls the women in refrigerators when a female character is murdered to further the plot or the motivation for another character, typically a male character? Isn't this it? Isn't this Women in Refrigerators 101? Because I think it is. Carol's mother was murdered. Keep in mind, her mother's been a fixture in her backstory for decades. Brian Reed, Chris Claremont, Jerry Conway, who wrote the original solo series in the 70s. None of them ever saw a need to kill her mother. Margaret Stoll, in 5 issues, kills the mom. Empowers the mom by making her an alien, then kills the mom. Isn't this the type of thing that Gail Simone says is bad, and is bad for females in comics? Or is it okay because it was done to further the story and motivations of a female hero? Is that it? I want to know. Because this is the type of thing she's always complaining about. But in this case, it's 2 women. It's a mother and a daughter. And there was no mention of the son, really. There's like one mention where the mother tries to rescue the son because the cleaner character ran off with him and then hung him from a burning building to set up a trap. The mother comes and saves him, and then literally the next page you see the mother being attacked and she's flying backwards, but there's no hint of the son. He's not falling, he just disappeared, and it's never explained because it's several panels later he just appears behind Carol and her mother. It's never explained where he went, what happened, is he alive, is he dead, is he a figment of their imaginations? It is never explained what the hell happened to him. It's just, hey, he disappeared and then came back. And then after Carol's mother dies, she has this brief conversation with the normal dude, I think, who was like a high school friend of hers, and he's always had a kind of crush on her. I think he's a donut shop guy or something like that. And he's talking about how he's waited 14 years for this moment, and even after all this, and the scene at the end is painted to be a romantic scene. But even at the end of after all that, him making this speech about how he's always liked her, he's waited 14 years for this moment. Would you believe they still don't kiss? Really? They don't kiss at all. She gives him a kiss on the cheek. That's it. I'm like, why is she so afraid to kiss a boy? She's not 14. She's supposed to be a woman in her 30s at least. Like, seriously, imagine if you were watching... Hell, imagine you were watching the end of a Disney film and the kiss wasn't there. Imagine watching the end of, Beauty and the Beast. They're gazing into each other's eyes and they're getting closer. But in the end, right when they're supposed to kiss, Belle just kisses the Beast on the cheek. Would you not feel cheated? As a reader, as a viewer, would you not feel cheated if the kiss didn't happen? I feel cheated. And I didn't even spend money on this, but I spent time. And I feel cheated by this story, by that ending, by the poor, ill thought out concepts I may have not lost money, but I lost time. And I am not happy. So anyway, that's my review rant of Captain Marvel. If you can sit through 45 minutes of this, good on you, because even I'm getting tired of talking about this. I apologize for making it go so long. But anyway, have a good night. Thank you. Bye.